Gemini Control here again. Earlier in the flight, you'll recall at the start of the second revolution, we had a reference to several objects that the crew spotted. This was in the area of Antigua. Due to a mechanical breakdown, we did not have that portion of the tape available for you. This was a line breakdown between Building 30 and our news center in Building 6. Since then, we have dubbed a tape off the master tape here in the control center, and we are now prepared to play it for you. It contains references to sighting not only some particles, but as well as an unidentified object, plus the booster. Here's that tape. We'll play it for you now.
Gemini 7 here, Houston 98.
Loud and clear. 7, go ahead.
Bogey at 10 o'clock high.
This is Houston. Say again, 7.
I said we have a bogey at 10 o'clock high.
Roger. Gemini 7, is that the booster or is that an actual sighting?
What?
Say again, 7.
Okay, we have several, looks like the 3 up there, actual sighting.
You have any more information, estimated distance or size?
We also have the booster in sight.
Understand you also have the booster in sight, Roger.
And we have very, very many, it looks like hundreds of little particles going by the west out about 3 to 4 miles.
What if humanity has misunderstood the sky for thousands of years? What if the beings or ancestors described as angels, watchers or gods were not the creator itself but messengers of something far greater? Today, governments around the world are slowly releasing footage and documents about UAPs, unidentified aerial phenomena. Objects moving in ways our modern technology still struggles to explain. For many people, this creates fear. For others, excitement. And for some, it creates spiritual crisis. Because if something else exists in the skies, what does that mean for God? But maybe the real question is this: what if it changes nothing about the existence of the Creator and only changes the way we understood the stories? And I will say this: whenever there is a cover-up to go on, whenever there is something leaked into the environment of our lives by the government, by social media, by media, you will find another story will pop up to try and distract you. And this has been going on for years and years. It's just a loophole. So with this disclosure at the moment, these beings have already been here. They've existed for a long time. This is nothing new. You can do some of the research yourself. I am Tanya. This is Beyond Worlds, and today we are discussing the U.A.P. disclosure, ancient aliens, and the hidden truth about God. The sky gods of ancient times. Now we have to really think about this, because what would it be like for people over 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 years ago looking up at the skies? Thousands of years ago, humanity looked upward in wonder. Ancient prophets describe wheels within wheels of fire, flying chariots, beings descending from the heavens wrapped in light. In the Bible, the prophet Ezekiel described a vision so strange and mechanical sounding that even modern readers struggle to explain it. The book of Enoch spoke of watchers descending from the heavens and sharing forbidden knowledge with humanity. To ancient people, these beings would have seemed godlike. How could they not be? If a modern aircraft landed in a village 2,000 years ago, would the people not believe the pilots were gods? Advanced knowledge has always looked like magic to those without it. So, does this mean that God isn't real? I don't believe so. In fact, I believe the opposite. The mistake may have been confusing powerful beings with the source itself. The true creator, what some call God, the one, the all, may not be a man sitting above the clouds ruling with anger and fear. Maybe the creator is consciousness itself, the life within all living things, the force connecting every soul, every star, every atom, not separate from us, but flowing through us. The ancient teachers tried to explain this the best that they could with the language that they had at the time. The message from Jesus and other prophets. When Jesus spoke about the kingdom of God, he often spoke as though it already existed within people. He spoke of love, unity, forgiveness, compassion, and awakening. Not domination, not fear, not endless division. Perhaps his message was deeper than many realized. Perhaps he was trying to teach humanity that the divine is not locked away in temples, governments, or institutions, but alive within consciousness itself, a spark of the eternal source carried inside every being. So, why does disclosure scare people? The modern world is entering a strange moment in history. Governments are admitting that unexplained phenomena exist. Military pilots are speaking openly. Videos once hidden are now public. And naturally, people become afraid. Because humanity has been taught to fear the unknown. But fear only blinds us. The existence of advanced beings, ancient visitors, or dimensions beyond our understanding does not erase spirituality. If anything, it expands the mystery. It reminds us how little we truly know. The mixed truth of ancient texts. The Bible, like many ancient texts, may contain layers of truth. History, symbolism, spiritual wisdom, human interpretation, and stories shaped by the understanding of their time. That does not make it meaningless, it makes it human. The mistake is reading every ancient vision as literal while ignoring the deeper message underneath. Love, unity, awakening, compassion, connection. These teachings appear across cultures all around the world. Distraction, fear, and the machine of attention. Something strange happens in the modern world. Whenever major scandals erupt, whenever corruption is exposed, whenever powerful people are questioned, the public conversation suddenly shifts. A new crisis appears, a shocking headline dominates the screen, a mystery floods social media, and humanity moves on almost instantly. One moment people are discussing leaked files involving powerful elites, trafficking networks, corruption or war, then suddenly the entire world is focused somewhere else. A virus outbreak, a celebrity scandal, a UFO hearing, a war, a disaster, a new fear. The cycle repeats again and again and again. Whether intentional or simply the nature of modern media, one truth becomes clear. Human attention is constantly being redirected. Divide and control. We live in an age of endless division. Political parties against each other, religions against each other, men against women, left against right, nation against nation. The system feeds on conflict because conflict keeps people emotionally exhausted. An exhausted population does not ask deeper questions. It does not stop to ask, why are we really here? Why does humanity feel disconnected from itself? Why are we surrounded by technology yet spiritually empty? Why do ordinary people struggle while power concentrates into smaller and smaller circles? And perhaps the biggest question of all, what happens if humanity truly awakens to its connection with one another? The fear of human awakening. Maybe the greatest fear of those in power is not aliens, not disclosure, not technology, but unity. Because people who truly see each other as connected become harder to manipulate. Fear loses its grip, hatred weakens, division collapses. If humanity understood that every person carries the same spark of existence and the same consciousness, the same breath of life, would we continue destroying one another? Or would the systems built upon fear begin to crumble? The prison of the mind. Perhaps the real prison was never made of walls. Perhaps it was made from fear, from endless distraction, consumerism, propaganda, anger, noise. A world where people are too overwhelmed to think deeply, too divided to unite, too distracted to question. And yet, throughout history, there have always been voices trying to remind humanity of something greater. Mystics, prophets, philosophers, teachers. Many of them said the same thing in different ways. Know yourself, wake up. The kingdom is within. The crossroads. Humanity may now stand at a crossroads. Artificial intelligence, disclosure, genetic engineering, surveillance systems, wars, spiritual confusion. Everything feels accelerated. Perhaps this is why so many people feel something changing beneath the surface of the world. But awakening is dangerous without wisdom. Because truth can either liberate humanity or terrify it. Some people would respond with peace and compassion, others with chaos and fear. The real question is not whether hidden truth exists. The real question is whether humanity is spiritually mature enough to face it. Here's my final message: the light within. Maybe the greatest truth was never hidden in governments or secret files or even in the skies above us. Maybe it was always waiting quietly within us. Across history, spiritual teachers came into the world during times of fear, division, and suffering to remind humanity of something we had forgotten. That we are more than flesh, more than fear, more than the systems that divide us. Jesus spoke of a kingdom not built by kings or empires, but a living truth carried within the soul, a light inside every human being. As it is written in the Gospel of Luke, the kingdom of God is within you, and in the Gospel of John, I am the light of the world. Whoever follows me will never walk in darkness, but will have the light of life. Perhaps these words were never about power over others, but awakening to the divine connection between all living things. A reminder that humanity was not created to live endlessly in hatred, greed and war, but to grow, to heal, to remember. Maybe faith is not blind obedience. Maybe faith is holding on to the belief that humanity can rise beyond fear. That one day People will see each other not as enemies, but as reflections of the same source of life. And perhaps resurrection is more than the body. Perhaps it is the awakening of consciousness itself. The rebirth of compassion, the return of wisdom, the restoration of peace between humanity and the earth. Maybe the world changes when enough people begin to truly understand the deeper meaning behind the teachings of love, forgiveness, mercy, and the unity shared by the great spiritual teachers throughout history. Not to worship fear, but to become awake. And if that day comes, perhaps Earth will no longer feel like a prison of division, but a home once more. But I know this. Across many religions found in very ancient texts, there are echoes of the same deeper truths. Not the ones that are written today, but from the very beginning, before they were altered. Different faiths may use different languages and symbols, yet many point toward the same spiritual ideas: compassion, justice, humility, awakening, and connection to the Creator. Perhaps humanity has spent far too long focusing on what separates religions instead of listening for the truths that echo between them. Yes, we are all connected and a reflection of each other within light, the source of all things, the one, the all, the everything. So, with the U.A.P disclosure and the spiritual background of all things, remember, we are all connected and we have never ever been alone. I hope that gave you some food for thought. Please leave your comments. Please tell me your thinking, your thoughts on stuff. I would really love to read that. We are all family here on Beyond Worlds. I am Tanya. This is Beyond Worlds. Please enjoy your evening.